Hey guys, and welcome back to One Stop Gaming family. I hope all you are safe and at home. Today I'll be showing you how to exactly use Massacre, which is sort of a meme material for most of you, or you only use it for synergy purpose with Domino. That's basically the Domino Trinity. Now let's go to his SIG abilities and show you what he can do. I'll read it out for you. The first says the Massacre loves his job, gaining bonus when striking an opponent who has no debuffs on them, gaining 16.67 additional power from landing hits and 410.06 critical rating. So when Massacre is striking an opponent which does not have a debuff, you gain 16.67% additional power, also 410 critical rating. Let's jump to the passive abilities. Also, the actual signature abilities based on the SIG level. Even if you don't have high SIG, it's still okay. Passive ability says that each time an incinerate effect fails to apply due to an immunity, the target instead takes 1178.55 energy damage, which means if you're hitting Void or Red Hulk or Annihilus, when you're supposed to inflict an incinerate debuff, they will they'll rather take the energy damage, but when the incinerate immune fails to apply. Another one is flammable passive. Each time Massacre's bat either hits or lands a critic hit, it's very interesting. Hits a block or hits an incinerate opponent, it begins to ignite, gaining an ignition charge which lasts 10 seconds. Upon reaching 10th ignition charge, all the charges are consumed and it ignites the Massacre's bat for 16 seconds. And while ignited, Massacre cannot get any additional ignition charges. Bat attacks are also critical hits, deals an additional 10% of damage dealt as burst of energy damage for each ignition charges. Ignited passive, when it's actually ignited. Each strike of the bat places an incinerate debuff on the opponent, causing 1178.55 energy damage over 5 seconds, removing the perfect block chance and reducing the block proficiency by 15%. So if the opponent is not incinerate immune, this is what it does, and if they are incinerate immune, they directly take the energy damage. Now, these incinerate debuffs have their duration increased by 1 second for each incinerate debuff on the opponents, up to a maximum of 5 seconds. Gain powers when striking a block as if landing a hit. Now, when his hits are blocked, opponent passively suffers 50% reduced defensive ability accuracy as long as they are under a debuff effect. So this is basically when the opponent is under incinerate effect, and then bat attacks have 683.33 block penetration. This doubles when the bat is ignited, so it becomes approximately 1360 sort of. And each heavy attack, each bat hit against an incinerated opponent gains an additional ignition charges. So you can get the ignition charges by either hitting the block or critic hits, or by a heavy. And I'll also show you in the video as to which one is the rather easier way. So the first hit places a disoriented debuff on special one on the opponent, reducing the defensive ability accuracy, block proficiency by 50% for 12 seconds and refreshing the duration of any incinerate debuff active on the opponents. This duration doubles against an incinerated opponents. We hardly use SP1, so it's not much of a matter, and hence I actually don't use it. This is specifically usable when you are facing champs like Spider-Man, which actually evades a lot because they have this as a defensive ability. So at that point of time, SP1 is more of use. SP2 is very, very, very useful. Now, if you see, it says it increases the attack if blocked. If the SP2 is blocked, it increases the attack by 15,146.55. For example, it's currently approximately 1926. Imagine the increase in the attack. So if this attack strikes a block, Massacre will avoid an incoming attack for 0.75 seconds, which is actually nullable. I mean, it won't even matter. It will matter if you're fighting against the Spider-Man, and when you try to hit him the block and he evades and directly attacks you at that point of time, your Massacre will evade. The SP3 is again a very useful thing. This attack incinerates the enemy, dealing 5238 energy damage over 20 seconds. This effect also removes the perfect block chance and reduces the block proficiency by 50% while it's active. Now, if you see in the whole ability thing, in the information, you see the lot of block proficiency has been. It talks about a lot of reducing block proficiency. Let's also talk about the synergy bonus. The first one, spiritual strength. So whenever you add either of the daredevil, it gains a 10% chance to evade against an incinerated opponent while not blocking. I know we don't use much of a daredevil, so it's not much of a use. We can ignore it and rather focus on other important synergies. Now, when with the domino, the holy domino trinity, at the start of the fight, when ignited expires, gains 1 to 5 ignition charges. So when your bat is actually ignited or it goes yellow in color, it can directly gain up to 1 to 5 ignition charges. These are basically random. So with the domino debuff lasts 1 second longer. Then with get in a pool with either Gwen pool or a Venom pool, ignited duration increases by 25%. So if you're making the Massacre as your main champ, you would want these champs around to use him fully. Now against the inspiration, that is any of the Deadpool variants, increases the critical rating by 200 while opponent is bleeding. So even if you take the any Deadpool, it won't stack. Let's see his basic rating. So health is not that good. I mean, it's reduced anyway. Attack has been increased 17.46, and if we see the critical rating and the percentages, it's not good. I mean, the block proficiency is of course good at 72%, but still I won't say is I mean, it has a very good figures yet he comes out with the rainbow colors. I mean, I personally like him, and hence I can show you how. Now, here we are fighting a Sasquatch. I'm really sorry for the video that when I was fighting, I started the video and I don't know how it came after the 19 hits. So if you see that my ignition charges are currently at 5, and while hitting the block is increasing. So after 9, when it goes to 10, the bat gets ignited, and you can see that in the animation as well. So right now, because the Sasquatch is currently in his sick abilities and I don't want to get hit or don't want to die, I simply sort of evade. Now if you see here, I'm hitting him on the block, and this is very good when you want an opponent to be pushed to SP1 or SP2, which makes it easier for you to bait or evade or dexter it. You can use this one to make sure that they go to SP2 and also help yourself in return to get those charges. Now, if you see, I mean, the next SP2 that I'm going to use, when I hit on the block, you'll see the damage is very huge. So let's see. Let's just wait. I'll just wait for the SP2 and show you how it can be done. It might not be here, because here he corners me and I have to hit him normally. The SP2, normal SP2, because just to go away from the corner. If you have seen the previous SP2, it shows that it got 31,000 of a block damage, and if you see the SP2 that I have hit him normally, it's not that good. Now, it's very useful in war specifically, because you might see the opponents being aggressive and a little bit defensive as well. So when they're blocking, you can simply get the SP2 on their blocks, and it will deal a very huge amount of damage. If you see 17,000 here and 26,000 there. So 17 plus 26 is 34 to 35,000 of damage right away from the SP2 without doing much. I know it is actually affected with the breakthrough node. Still, if you hit him normally, or if the Massacre hits normal, it still goes to 12k as SP2 as the block damage. That's minimum 12k. So if the bat is ignited, the attack still increases a lot further, as we saw in the video. Now here, I'll of course solo the Sasquatch. It can also be used in other content like against the can, which I will show you when I make a video on the can variant 3 boss, and which champ to use against him, which are rather effective as per the nose that he has. If you like the video, please click on the like button, and also don't forget to share. We need all your support that we can get. let us know in the comment section below what you think of the Massacre, apart from using him as a Trinity, now that we have showed you how he can be used. And thank you guys for watching. Thanks a lot for coming here again. And if you haven't seen our previous videos on how to solo Sasquatch and with any champ whatsoever, you will be seeing the video right on the right side of your screen. Just click on that, have a watch, let us know on that as well. Thank you guys for watching, for coming here. Peace.